What's going on, y'all? Jada Reporter coming at you once again. And of course, they do this every week, typically on a Saturday, but I figured got a little bit of free time. I might as well go ahead and just throw my hat into the ring, even though I'm not really wearing one, and let y'all know what my picks are going to be for this week's Against the Spread. Now, this is week 10, a pivotal week 10 for many of these ball clubs, especially those in the AFC. But we're going to hop kind of right into this. First matchup, Colts, Titans. I'm taking, now some of these games don't have the spreads yet. I just want to let y'all know that. Some of them don't have the spreads, but you know how I do it. If it doesn't have a spread, I give it one, and if one comes up, I take what Vegas gives me. Now, Colts, Titans, it's an even, so you're basically picking a winner. I'm going to take the Titans. I just believe that they have a little bit more in the tank offensively to be able to get the job done, so that's why we're going to go there. Next game, Bengals, Steelers, spread -4. The Steelers have covered moderately well so far this season, and they do tend to meet divisional foes with a little bit of that, welcome to my game kind of a thing. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen right here against the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow did get his welcome to the NFL game already with the Ravens, but I seriously do believe that this week right here is going to be the one where it comes up and they're like, oh boy, this is going to be a big game. I don't really see Joe Burrow playing well against his pass rush. That O-line not really able to protect too well, and they only give him the spread of a -4. So that means all the Steelers have to do is win by a touchdown, which this year hasn't really happened too often, but I'll take them in this one. Take the Steelers against the spread -4. Next game, Texans, Browns. And this one was a hard one to pick because I don't like the Browns defensively. I love what they can do offensively, even without OBJ. Now, with what they can do offensively, I'm going to take the Browns in this one against the spread. It is only a spread of 3, and so far this year, when you put the Browns in a game spread against 3, they're either going to push or cover, and I appreciate that, given that my record has taken a hit over the last 2 weeks. So I'm taking that one. Next one up, Detroit, Washington. Washington, I'm so sorry. I love your defense, but I really love what Detroit is trying to do, keeping Matt Patricia with a job. And is it Matt Patricia? It doesn't really matter. He doesn't win like that, but they're trying to keep that coach a job. Now, the fact that they're doing this, I'm taking Detroit against the spread, -5. So that's exactly how I want to take that. Next up, Jags, Packers. Let's take the Packers against the spread in this one, the spread being 13.5 points. Now, the Packers, to me, are a lot like the Ravens of last year. They're great at front running, and when they do get a lead, they don't relinquish it. So if the Jags can score first and score early, they got a shot. But then if the Packers go up 7-14, they can get out of control really fast. So I'm seeing it more than likely doing something like that. Next game, Eagles, Giants. Spread is 3.5 points. I'm taking the Eagles against the spread in this one, and it's simply because they just have a little bit more in the way of consistency. I'm not even talking talent, because right now, talent-wise, the Giants with Saquon, the way things were, if Saquon's not hurt, the Giants are taking ahead in this division. But because they're without Saquon, it does hurt what they're able to do. So in that case, I'm always going to kind of lean against a team that is either used to playing hurt or is healthier. And I'm sorry, the Eagles are just used to playing hurt. They've been that way over the last 3 years. Next game, Bucks, Panthers. I'm taking the Bucks against the spread, 5.5 points. And I might have my foot in my mouth, but I also am one of the few people who did not take Tampa Bay against New Orleans. I knew New Orleans was coming in with a little bit more to prove than Tampa in this game, because people are like, oh, they don't push it down the field. Oh, this defense doesn't hold up. And they said, no, you hold up. Watch us do this. And they went out there and they did their thing. Take the Bucks against this one, though. The Panthers are probably the best bad team in the NFL. And that's not a slight at the Panthers. I don't want anyone thinking that it's Panther hatred, and it's far from that. I support the Carolina Panthers. I want them to do well, but let's be honest, they're not there yet. They're getting there, but they're not there yet. Next game, Broncos, Raiders. Take the Raiders against the spread in this one, spread being -5. I really like what I see out of the I almost called them Oakland again, out of Las Vegas Raiders this year. They're proving teams wrong in how they really game plan for them, how they like to do things. The Raiders are one of those teams that they don't necessarily care what you want to do, but they're going to do what they want to do. And not to mention, they also have one of the most efficient scoring offenses in the NFL. They're the second highest rate of, basically the second highest, point proficiency? They score on a lot of their drives. The second highest amount of points driven on the drive, points made on the drives. You guys get what I'm trying to say. I'm all over my words right now. Since I'm all over my words, I'm going to move on over to the next game. Chargers, Dolphins. I'm taking Tua until further notice. Dolphins minus, I believe it was 2.5 points. So basically, they got to win this game by a field goal. And this is going to be two rookie quarterbacks going head-to-head, same draft class. One of them got the reins a little bit earlier. The other one hasn't lost. The other one's trying to put together wins and not blow leads. Because I'm telling you right now, that Chargers team is built to really perform once they can kind of get used to winning and used to putting together a full 48. Until they can do that, I'm not going to really take them in many games. And for that being the case, I'm rolling with the Dolphins in this one because I've seen them cover. Now, next game up, Bills, Cardinals. And this was a tougher game to pick. It didn't have a spread, so I had to give it one. The spread I'm giving in this game is Bills -5, and that's mainly because of how well they played last week, plus the week prior. And then not to mention, the Bills, even though they lost 2 games, keep in mind who they lost them to. Okay? Look at who they lost to. And then you say, are the Cardinals on that level? Because one thing I can tell you about NFC teams, they are extremely flawed. They're either all in on defense with no O, or all in on O with no D, or they're all pass with no run, or all run with no pass. There's really a lot of flaw going on in the NFC right now. I think maybe the most balanced team, if I had to pick one, would probably be New Orleans. But honestly, just putting it all together, I think the Bills are probably one of the, like I said before, this even started, right before the season started, that the Bills were going to be one of the better teams in the NFL, and the record was going to show it. And that's exactly what they're doing this year, being 7-2. I seriously do believe that this is going to be, is it 6-2 or 7-2? All I know is they got 2 losses, and the teams they lost to were teams that you can understand them losing to. Seahawks, Rams, next game. I'm going to take the Rams against the spread in this one. The Seahawks have been falling apart. Russell Wilson has been falling apart. He's throwing bad balls, and that's something that you can't do, especially when you don't have a defense to back up your risk-taking. That's actually something that doesn't really go too well when you're looking at how the Seahawks are playing right now. The linebacking core is not really where it should be, even though it's led by the great Bobby Wagner. Their secondary is terrible. They have given up so many big passing games to even quarterbacks who they shouldn't be giving them up to. I'm not liking any of what I'm seeing out of that. Now, moving on with this one, I like the Rams. They just have a little bit more consistency. They're one of the few teams in the NFC that can run or pass. So you're not really sure what you're going to get, whether you're going to get a big game out of Goff or whether you're going to get a big game out of running backs. And the defense is actually a lot more consistent than what you're going to get out of Seattle. So I'm taking LA in this one against the spread -1.5 points. So basically, you're picking a winner, per things I've said in the past. Next game up, 49ers Saints. Until the 49ers decide they want to be a football team again, I'm sliding them slowly into Cowboy and Eagle territory. They're sliding ever so slowly into Cowboy, Eagle, Jet territory. Like, okay, who they're playing, doesn't matter, pick against them. And that's pretty much what I'm going into right now. I did wind up with egg on my face a few weeks ago when they went out and beat LA, but that was a healthier San Francisco team. This team still hurt, no Garoppolo, no consistency, and that's pretty much been the story of the San Francisco 49ers. The one season the team was healthy, they took it to a Super Bowl. The years they weren't, they couldn't make the postseason because they were playing 3rd and 4th string guys all over the place. And that's exactly what you're getting this year. It's a lot of the same. So since it's still happening to them, I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Saints, mainly because the Saints are one of the hotter teams in the NFL right now, and they're also playing to their identity. And also they got Michael Thomas back this past week. Now with him being back in the practice, kind of getting back into the flow of things, this could be a breakout game for him. And not to mention, if anyone knows how to get past these DBs in San Francisco, how about it being Emmanuel Sanders, the guy who was just there a year ago? Now, Next game up, Ravens, Patriots. Had this game just been 365 days ago, I would have called out of work to watch this game. I hate to say it. I would have called out of work to watch this game. But since I already know how this game is going to go, and I think you guys know where I'm going with this one, take the Ravens, -7. I'm sorry, Cam, but that's going to be a rough Sunday for you. If you struggle with the Jets, say it one more time, the Jets, then it's not going to go well for you here. Last game, Vikings, Bears, and I know I made that video a few weeks back that the Bears are to be taken seriously, but now if the Bears don't take themselves seriously, they're going to wind up in third place in this division, and quickly, because one team that has found out exactly who they are, and they found out at the right time, was the Minnesota Vikings. They said, you know what we are? We're going to be a power running team, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to hand this ball off to Dalvin Cook 28 times in the game and say, yo, big fella, go and win us this game real quick. Hey, I know we're giving all this money to Cousins, just don't lose us this game. That's the most expensive game managing quarterback that you're going to come across right about now. But I will tell you this, the most dangerous NFL team you're going to come across is a team that knows who they are. And right now, Minnesota knows who they are. But now I want to know who you guys are, and also who you guys want to support. Down in the comment section below. Guys, please get down there, get a little active. Let me know your picks, how you feel about everything, and also let me know what you want to see more from me. Now, I do have another segment coming up, and also I just joined TikTok today. I haven't made anything on there yet, but I just joined the app, so be looking for some more videos on there as well. I'll probably be able to do a little bit more flashy stuff on there, given the tech I can use. But guys, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm trying to bother you. But my name is Jay the Reporter, signing out. Peace.